Hey guys, it's me again, here to review some more Exosister gameplay. So, hopefully the audio is a little better this time. I've muted some of the background noises, edited some of the settings on my PC. You're probably still going to hear my mouse, but that's just how my setup is. I'm going to try to minimize the clicks that I use though. So looking at this, we've got a going second replay against Dino, DPE, normal summon Ovi add Misk, and then they have full combo. I don't really have any hand traps here, so I'm kind of in a bad situation. Obviously they opened the baby 2, which is their second double evolution pill. We're just going to speed through this combo while they go through it. Baby, Scrap Raptor, normal dino stuff. So here we're going to look at my hand because that's what's really important. We've got 2 Sanguines, which means that we have access to Eldlich, Sophia, Vadis, Cosmic. Vadis Sanguine is basically the equivalent of a full power hand here. Although they do have some stuff, I just scoop it up. We're not going to win that game. They have Alpo, they have UCT, they can snipe a card, they've got a negate, and we really just don't know a way to play there. So I scoop it up, I say, I'll just go first, set forward, trap trick, walk, armament, strike. Trap trick obviously gets me to my Exosister, and then armament obviously gives me a free Exosister summon on my opponent's turn. So I'm gonna wait, pass my opponent. First thing they do when entering the main phase, activate Lost World, normal summon Ovi. This is a bit tricky because Lost World specifically here is really annoying to deal with because Mikalace, my best banish, well, Mikalace and Gibberine specifically both say target, so I cannot target any of their dino monsters. Well, I can't target any monsters except for the tokens, obviously. So I'm gonna chain armament here just to see if I can force something out. Not to mention, with this, if he does add Misk, I don't want him to be able to get ahead on the Misk, so just stopping it so that it can't activate Engrave is just, one of the biggest things for me. Yeah. I was thinking this was a quick effect for some reason, but it's not. Yeah, I think shotgunning armament is maybe a bit premature, but I have access to Vadis through, the trap trick. So I could wait, but if he does get the Archosaur Papa Baby, I'm just so far behind in advantage at that point. It doesn't matter that I have 3 Xe monsters on the board. So I'm gonna go Sophiel here and activate the effect. It's gonna give me the token. He does, I'm pretty sure this is the game, but he ends up not reading Sophiel very well. And then he starts to do normal dino stuff. He doesn't read Sophiel. It's still, like I'm saying right here, it's a lingering effect. It's basically Abyss Dweller. And so he then proceeds to just banish 2 and attack Dogrant. I was considering shotgunning Vadis once he Dogrant the Sophiel, but I didn't feel like he was ever going to get stuff out of the graveyard. And there was no, I had to read that he either had hard drawn UCT or double, and he did have both, but I just felt that there wasn't enough reason to believe that, Take the 1,000. Here's something really big. I end up striking the UCT, and the thought process here is that end phase, trap trick, chain, walk gets me everything I need ever. I can then out the token with a link to lineup, bring back the UCT, and I'm gaming. There is really nothing he can do from there. I just win the game. He sets imperm or infib, but there's nothing that he can do from here because he has no plays. Taking the second dino out of the grave gets rid of all his plays, and even then I can go Mikalace, banish his back row, or banish a dino out of the graveyard, or the Lost World for that matter. There's just so many good banish targets And then, as you see, I go Vadis walk. I'm going to link the walk hero and the token off for Lina. Line effects target the UCT. Then I'm gonna go Vadis. I had to make sure to play around Imperm here. That was one of the things that I thought the set card could be. And Lina I felt was a good way to force it out too. It's an easy, it'll force it out. So then we go Sophia, Irene. Irene is really good here because we can put back the Vadis to get a draw for what is basically free, because the Vadis is searchable again, we don't need it, and Sophia is just a +1 here. Draw into Sanguine, really good. I mean, it's okay, not really good. And that's because we already have access to it. Conk is much better here. Go Irene, put Vadis, draw Stella. Stella is great because I can then go cast Patel and then cast Patel effect to add Elise, special Elise, and then overlay into Micolace, add Vadis, banish Ovi, battle phase, hidden for a bunch of damage. Go UFD and pass. End phase Wakero, just kind of wins me the game there. And like, he had a double evolution build, but I don't think he wins that game. Game 3, the classic dino brick. I'm going second, side in the evenly matched. I keep Gozen in just because there's so many different attributes. I think it's really good. Not sure why he kept Nibbin, honestly. Bad decision. Stella, Elise, Armament is, just insanely good. Obviously here, because that means that I have access to Vadis at any time. I just didn't think evenly matched was worth it, honestly. And I was like, I could rather hold this, and like, if he does clear a board, or like he does get greedy, I have this, plus it's Eldlich fodder, and like, it's an evenly for 1, which just, it gets me nothing, and like, I know he has Giant Rex in his deck somewhere. He showed it off game 1, and like, I can't really think of anything else besides maybe a baby that you would set, and I don't think it's worth taking the risk of just going -1 with evenly matched. Overlay Micolace, detach to add. Big misplay here, should have chained Infib probably, because then I don't get the add, and even though I do have to banish the Giant Rex, it comes back immediately, and so it doesn't matter. I just don't get the search, and because then, afterwards, you can just go ahead and banish. This is a big important thing in Exosister. You gotta make sure you're ordering your effects correctly. You always want to try to use this first one, this search effect right here, first, because then if they chain in the gate, you can chain to banish a card on their field, if you summon this turn, obviously. So we're going to keep going through here. I'm going to beat over the dino, and then set 4, or set 5 actually. Obviously, no access, probably setting it evenly was a bit greedy. It's not really going to get any value whatsoever. But I have Eldlich access. I can Armament into a, like, Gibberine or, like, Sophiel to lock out of Graveyard. If he does top deck a Misk, he top deck Fossil Dig. And, he could have Fossil Dig for Ovi, normal summon Ovi at Misk, but I just chain Armament, and he's done. Yeah, that's about it. So here's game 1 that I'm going to show off, and we're going to be going on to the second game. Here we're playing Chicken Wing, high rated, so, I'm taking this very good. This guy didn't seem like he had been too practiced with the deck. Nothing against him, obviously, but, like, he didn't discard, and I was like, what are you discarding here? And, like, it just seemed like he hadn't played maybe a ton. Griffin Rider negate packs, set 4. Griffin Rider negate packs is really important because when he activates Fateful Adventure to add again, I can chain Armament to Stella to get a Micolace, banish the token so we can't special out. And then on res, right, he has to control the token. Or, oh, he doesn't actually, huh? Yeah, so this was probably a misplay then. I probably should have shotgunned it in standby to stop any sort of Fateful Adventure search, because he could still do this without any monsters. I'm going to activate the Banish effect. Not sure why he changed droplets. Getting Ogre into graveyard doesn't do anything. Like, it would... Why not just pop it with Ogre specifically, is what I was thinking. And, like, I mean, it's whatever, you know, we take those. So he's going to target the Sanguine. Again, I'm in this ever-conflicting scenario with Eldlich Exosister where I want to activate Sanguine, but I'm zombie locked for the rest of the turn, which locks me out of Vadis and my extra deck. So go Eldlich. He's going to special this in defense. Token is 2k, 750 or 1250 because of droplets, so I'm going to take 750. And I'm not going to get the Spell Search next turn, which really hurts actually. Here, on attack deck, you need to make sure you get rid of the Fateful Adventure, because, where was it? Right here. First monster you go to battle, it is not destroyed. And I really want to get that out of here, so, you know, on battle step, I'm going to activate Cosmic to banish, get rid of it. Then I'm going to go main phase 2, and, you know, from there, I basically win the game, because he will have Beyond No cards if he negates. Here, he's opened what looks to be full combo, so I do have Dark Ruler, so I'm going to be able to play next turn, hopefully, but I won't be able to play under Scythe, obviously, and it looks like he's going to be able to Scythe block me with everything he has. So we'll speed through this. He's doing his normal Phantom Knight combos. We got a DB glitch there, oh boy. But as you can see, it's just, you know, the average. Oh, well, it looks like we have a DB glitch. Time to reload. Yeah, so we will go to the next game, because that was game 2. So we're just going to speed to the point where we were. Like I was saying, I have Dark Ruler, I have Vadis, so I have plays. Still, at least Sophia will at least draw me one card, put 3 sisters on the board if he does Scythe lock me, because he has to do it with DP in this deck specifically, or he has to do it by summoning with the graveyard. And if he doesn't shotgun it in standby phase, I can activate Dark Ruler, or I can normal summon something like Stella to get rid of the threat of like a Scythe, because then he has to pop the Scythe and the Stella. I think it's probably not good to normal summon, because, you know, it's just not it, because then he will just DP pop it. But I'm going to go Dark Ruler. He's going to chain Fogblade, chain DPE probably. Yeah, so chain Fogblade, targeting Verte, chain DPE, popping itself and Verte, and then Scythe special summoning out. So here's where I'm going to make what I think is probably a misplay, or at least if I'm remembering it correctly. But I think this game is playable out for me, and like, I'm willing to play it out here, you know? And like, this is the benefit of playing a deck like this specifically. You have the ability to play it out, you know? And that's just actually insanely good. So I'm gonna go Elise, Stella, good old Exosister combos, grab Arment. Obviously Arment is cracked here, and I forget to set it. Big rip on me, because Arment actually turns on, or if I Arment Sophia in standby, going for Gibberine to make sure that I can negate the DP, I can activate Vadis set and get the Sophia effect because you can use it, you can't use its effects more than once per turn. Big misplay on my part, should have set it. But DP will summon, I'm going to use the effects in chain. The other big reason that it's important is it dodges Fogblade, which is how I have targeting. So he's going to chain the Ogre, as you saw, and that just like wins me the game because I have no effects. If I had set Arment there, I think I'm winning actually. But game 3, going first, big advantage. Opening 2 Solemns, Judgment Strike, Vadis goes in. You know, I've got the whole shebang. He obviously accidentally enters battle phase. You click, nice joke. So he's gonna activate water enhancers. I can't let him get to any of the brave stuff because it's really annoying to deal with, and so I'm just gonna hold it. Normal summon torrent scales. I could hypothetically judgment the summon, but it means I don't get into my engine simultaneously because I doubt there will be anything he's gonna do. Plus, I'd rather hold the judgment for something important like a Verte or maybe an access code. So it's just one of those things. Vadis special summon 2. He's going to use Cloak here, which I think is actually a misplay. I think it's probably better just to DPE beat over both. DPE beat over one, pop the other, like popping DPE and Sophia beating over Irene. And then go in main phase 2. Like, obviously, you lose out on a lot of kill potential. Like, you can't kill me. But I just lose out on so much engine. And that's one of the deck's biggest weaknesses. It's just the lack of engine if you go battle phase. Ogre, which will pop Irene. And so I am going to chain it to make sure that I get the Sophia and the Mikolas. And so we are gaming. He's going to special. I'm going to banish the break sword on special to make sure that he does nothing for the rest of the turn. Judgment, the Fusion Destiny, and we're gaming. So this Eldlich is kind of stuck in my hand. I was theorizing there is a line to lethal here. If there is, I don't see it because there's no way to both send and get the Eldlich on field. So I'm just going to add Vadis. Give him a lot of damage, go UFD, set Vadis. He's going to go Ragged Gloves. I probably should have shotgun Vadis. I think it's one of those ones where, but I mean, no matter what he sends off of gloves, he kind of has to bring back scales, or he has to use boots to play. That was my line of thought, and so I mean, I don't know. That one's a tricky one. I think it's definitely workable both directions. It's gonna send wings, scales effect, and then Stella Ellis effect, and then obviously go Sophia. Stop him from using anything in the graveyard. I'm going to banish, or at least he's going to chain to banish. This is how I assumed, and then I'm just going to banish Levi here on summon, and that's game. Well, I hope you all had a fun time. I'm going to be trying to record more often. I really enjoy this deck, and I want a lot of other people to play it. I've got a lot of stuff that I want to say about it too, so look forward to that. Have a great day, and goodbye.